What's up, traders from around the world? How you doing? This is Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely sensationally fantastic. It is Friday, beautiful weather here in Nashville, Tennessee. Actually on the way to Indianapolis this weekend to hang out with ex-Colts cheerleader and Brad's wife, Jenny Lopez. He thinks I'm coming to see him. I'm just kidding. Going up to see Brad Reed, his beautiful family, hanging out with them this weekend. Probably going to be there a few days, actually. Maybe Monday, Tuesday kind of action, and then come back to Nashville. So me and Brad just so happens coincidentally are playing each other in fantasy football, and it's a good weekend for me to be up there and talk some trash talk. So it's going to be great. Let's talk about the SPY yesterday. So the Federal Reserve decided to not increase or not change interest rates, keeping them the same at historical lows, and the market reacted initially kind of bullish to the news and then kind of bearish. This was a trade that myself, Dean Chance, and a few others got a chance to talk about and do. We were looking at this trade really for the last few weeks after, we traded a failure of the 10, traded a failure of the 20, and said, all right, might as well try to trade the failure of the 50. So that's what we did, and this trade worked out very, very well. I had a nice gap down this morning, looking about 6 Rs on that particular trade, about 6% return. A good little failure off to 50. So anyway, as of now, I think my thought is anyway that people are really going to want the market to go bearish. That's what they want. We still have, though, this upper trend line that's still intact. So for me to consider being a little bit directionally bearish on the market, we're going to need to get a close below today. And I don't know, what today's candle is going to close like. Probably very similar to like it is now. If I had to take a guess, we probably end with a doji, something like that. I mean, anything is subject to change due to volatility in the markets, but whatever today's candle forms, I want to close below that low on Monday if we're going to continue a little bit bearish. So that's, I guess, just kind of my thought on what I would like to happen. Here's the IWM, same type of strategy, worked decently well. It's a little short off the 50 on the pullback. And again, we got a potential evening star reversal on the 50 exponential with 3 white candles. So we do need a close below today's low after today's candle closes. We get an understanding and interpretation of the sentiment, and then we can see if we can get a close. Just because I think if the market is going to bounce a little bit bullish, I'm fine with that, but I need a close below here, make a relative low, and then if it bounces, I'm okay with that happening, because then, we could participate in some of the bullishness, because right now we're missing a little bit of it anyway. Speaking of bullishness, FCX, we were in a bullish trade on FCX, and we did hit our target today. This is a day trade that I'm actually keeping an eye on at the moment. But FCX, we got in bullish on FCX. If you guys remember us talking about this one, really, really good candle on August 27th. One, a pullback. We did get triggered into the pullback a few days later, boop, and then trade up to the target, which was about $11.92. So FCX exited that bullish trade yesterday when the stock hit the target, so that was nice. Apple, we did and have been looking at Apple for a while. Apple did close below my at least more bearish than bullish trigger yesterday. Let me move this out the way. I kind of talked a little bit about that Wednesday. So you had your evening star reversal pattern. Today is kind of a new black crow candle. I'm sorry, I said today. Yesterday was a new black crow candle. We have made a lower low and lower high, but we still are keeping this trend line strong. So I think that there's a lot of people wanting the market to go bearish. It's just not quite doing it yet, and people are still kind of just, excited to see if it's going to roll over. And I still think there's going to be some bullishness left before we get anything significant as far as a rollover is concerned. You could consider this bear call spread. I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. The 120, 121 bear call spread. That's expiring next week. So yes, next Friday, 1 week between today and tomorrow, today and next Friday, for about 10-cent limit order on Apple. So that's something that I'm just going to slightly keep an eye on as we move in later on today. Amazon's a very nice looking candle today. It's an inside day candle so far. I would say if Amazon closes like it is right now, there's a pretty good short-term resistance right around this price point, about $5.42 and some change. So this resistance level is what's been holding Amazon back for a while. So resistance, got some upper shadows. Got 2 candles. And again, if we close just like we are today, if Amazon breaches 548.71, I would be a little bit more bullish than bearish. Earnings are in October, so you could consider late October or some November call options, and then again, look to sell those before earnings, and hopefully kind of take what's the word I'm looking for? Take your opportunity for some type of implied volatility increase potentially on Amazon. So that's something I'm just kind of slightly keeping an eye on. Netflix, we did leg into a longer term bull put spread. There still could be some good premium for that if you want to keep an eye on that one. That's the 80.75 October bull put spread on Netflix. More or less, the 2 points of support. We're below 86.39, which is a strong support. We're below, that spread. The spread's below the 100 simple moving average. It's below the support, and it's below the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. So we got 3 solid support levels, decent premium. We'll see what happens from there on Netflix. And last but not least for today, here's Google. Google, was looking at Google bullish in this little pennant pattern recently. There's a little soft pennant pattern. When it broke out of that pennant pattern with a decent gap action on September 15th, I was thinking to myself, all right, looks a little bit more bullish than bearish. Trade up to a target, which is this little other gap action from over here, this bearish resistance gap. So at this point, again, very similar to a lot of things, you got kind of that evening star feel out there, and you're going to need to close below recent lows. That's how the evening star reversals work, depending on the location, depending on the color of the candles, and depending on the trend. So right now on Google, if Google closes below 660.45, I'd be slightly more bearish than bullish. I don't think directionally bullish, because again, the candle from September 15th, in my opinion, is a little bit more bullish than bearish, but we do still theoretically have those lower highs to kind of contend with. So just something I'm keeping an eye on Google. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how it plays out and what it does, if it does anything at all. But overall, on the general markets, it's going to be interesting to see what Monday and next week brings us. If anything at all, I think we could still continue bullish. But, if we, again, just hop back over really quick to the DIA, which is the ETF that tracks the Dow Jones, we could also form a morning star, right? So if we get a bullish candle like that, we start bouncing off of that. I mean, this could be a great little level. So Monday's going to be a big day, I think. And I'm going to wait. I'm willing to wait it out for any kind of swing trades and just kind of see what's going on. Most of the swing trades that we're in are not on the indices. Most of them are on individual stocks. Run you through a really quick few of them. Dollar General, bearish on Dollar General, got into it, bearish 72.05 on the pullback yesterday. Weight Watchers, we're in bullish on Weight Watchers. If you're not in, it is pulling back to the same area that we consider being bullish at 662. Vieira Bradley was one that we're keeping a close eye on. Vieira Bradley, bullish at 13.29. Twitter, we're still in bearish on Twitter. It's up 2.3% today. So, our stop's at $30.06. We'll see if that stop can hold true. But a nice little sideways move so far on Twitter, just kind of doing its thing, letting it hang out, and just trading sideways. Spirit Airlines, we're in Spirit Airlines, bearish also, the stop at 53.59. So we'll keep an eye on the markets, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I will hop back over and do a market update for you guys in the future, which will be on Monday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.